back to my channel, Sweetwater Stitcher. My name is Jessica and my channel is primarily about cross stitch. Today is September 8th and I'm excited to be back with you guys to share what I have been working on this week, some of my haul, some happy mail, and some projects that I would like to work on in the coming week. Thank you guys for coming back. For my new subscribers, thank you so much for finding me, for joining, watching the video today, and for those who are returning, who have been from the beginning or along the way, thank you guys for coming back and watching each week. It has definitely been interesting getting into the school year. My son went back, and then my middle daughter went back, and my youngest is home with me all week. But it's definitely, this year, it's been a lot more fast-paced, in the car a lot, driving kids back and forth. So I thought it would slow down, but it hasn't slowed down. So I think I'm just entering into a different season of busyness, but in the midst of all of the busyness, I still find time to do cross stitch, do a little bit of sewing, create, and share with you guys on YouTube. So just a little bit of a life update. It's been busy. For the giveaways, I'm getting them all out today from last week. The week got away with me with Monday being a holiday, and I'm all confused about what day it is, as I'm sure many of you guys are. I find that when it's a holiday weekend. But my birthday was this past weekend. We were able to celebrate. My parents and my husband and I went to a country concert on Sunday, which was my birthday, and that was fun. And the kids had fun with the babysitter. And then we just had a quiet Monday, Labor Day, and then back to school, back to work, back to everything. So it's been a fun long weekend, but I was ready. Everyone was ready to get back to their routine. So let me go ahead and get into the stitching and what you guys are here for. So over the past week, since being sick, normally when I watch Flosstube or watch YouTube videos, I have AirPods and I'll put a headphone in my ear, and then I'll watch while I'm doing other things or while the kids are playing, and I can kind of do both things at the same time. So I stay pretty up to date with the videos. But since having my ear infection, I wasn't able to put a headphone in because this ear I couldn't really hear out of. And so if I put a headphone in, I wouldn't have been able to hear anything. So I got behind on my weekly floss tubes. So I've been trying to play catch up, and a couple of them I wanted to mention is, the Sable Stitchers. They have so much packed into their video. It's crazy. You have to go watch them if you're not already watching them, the Sable Stitchers. And there's just so much previous finishes, things that they're working on, what they want to do. Both of them are at Quilter Station at the retreat this weekend, which I'm super jealous of. It sounds like it's a great retreat. So many people are going. I would love to get there sometime. But they're a really good channel to check out if you are looking for a new floss tube to watch. Also, Stitchy Friends, Sarah and Jen, they were back with the video, and I love watching them too. And one of the things I bought was from them and Molly and Kathy, Linen and Scraps. They also showed this thing, which I thought was funny. And I watched their videos like right after each other, and I had already ordered it from a previous video. But those are just a couple. And then also Stacie with Stacie Stitches Creative Studio. Her YouTube is, I think it's just Stacie Stitches. But she has the online store, and I have the discount code, which I'll tell you guys about at the end again. She's putting on the retreat in Florida in, I feel like it's 2024. Yeah, because we're about to be in 2023. So 2024. I'll put all that info down below again. If you guys are interested, it's in Clearwater Beach, Florida, the retreat. But her Flosstube, she just got to 1,000 subscribers. So she's having a really big giveaway on her channel. So if you don't watch her, go over and give her a watch. And there was many others. Those were just a couple that I was watching, and I was like, I need to mention them because they had a lot of stuff on there. And one more thing, I was not able to get this, but Kathleen, who she has a shop, and her shop is called Mattie and Me Too, and it's on Etsy, and I'll put a link below. She does quilting and she does embroidery and all kinds of things, and I've been following her on Instagram and Facebook for a long time, and she did start a YouTube quilting channel, which I'll link that below too, but she also recently started making project portfolios. So they're kind of a cross between a cross-stitch clutch and a the project keepers, and they're similar to the ones that Creative Carol makes, but she only has a few when she sells them, and then they sell out really fast. So I'll link all her information below, but I wanted to mention her. I haven't been able to get one yet. I keep trying, but they're a great little addition for your, either in addition to your bags or instead of your bags. I think you can keep 2 projects in them. So I'll link her below too. And again, it's Mattie, M-A-T-T-I-E, and Me Too. All right, so that's kind of all the announcements or info for now. Let me show you some projects, and then I have some other kind of idea. I have an idea, and then some other things to show. So it is September, it's Sampler September, and I told you that I was going to be working on specifically one sampler, and I did work on the one sampler. I did end up pulling out another project. It's a sampler that I wanted to work on. I had already started it and I ended up restarting it, but I kind of added that into my mix. But the one I really want to focus on, and well, first of all, I'll show you this, then I'll tell you. So this is Sally Spencer from Birds of a Feather, and in the comments, which I'm so glad you guys commented about this, Sherry from Colorado Cross Stitcher is doing sampler camp, and it's going from September to December, and I had not watched her video yet because I had gotten behind, and so I did not know about that last week. So thank you guys for mentioning that. I went over, watched the video, posted my picture, and tagged everything in it. So this is the sampler that I am doing. So I do have until December to get it done, which I think is completely doable because I am really liking stitching on this. And it's still in the hoop because I was working on it. But this is how, somehow there's a purple thread and there's no purple in this whole pattern. This is how far I got on it. So I had the O and the P and the little P, so I finished all of the rest of these letters. And I really enjoy stitching on this. This is on 28 count, so it is a little bit bigger. But I am, with the linen, because it's softer, I am really liking using the hoop. And it's funny because I tried to go back and stitch in hand, and I felt like my stitches were not laying as flat as I can get them when I'm using the hoop. So who knew that I would want to stitch with a hoop, because I was all about only stitching in hand before. So you can change, but maybe I'll go back to. So never say never. All right, the other pattern that I pulled out that was a sampler, I had already started this. I just had a really little start, and this is Oh Joyous Day by Blackbird Designs. And I had started in the middle, and I I think I had actually stitched the whole house, and maybe, I don't remember. But so I had started this originally on 32 count antique white. And I had a piece that was just the right size, and it only gave me like an inch, maybe inch and a half margin all around, which I was fine with because I was going to do the finishing by myself. But that was when I was only stitching up to 32 count. And since I have ventured into stitching on 36 count, and so I was like, do I want to restart it? Do I want to keep it? And so I asked a couple people, and they said, oh, just stitch. And the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I really want to stitch on 36 count because I only want to use one strand. So I decided to restart it, which was fine because I'm in no hurry to finish it. I would like it to be done to hang up because it's really pretty. But I decided to restart it. It's still on antique white, but it is 36 count instead. And I'm using one strand of floss. And I did change the two reds similar to what Lori Holt had done. Lori changed one of them to pomegranate, which I'm using by Gentle Arts. And then she changed the lighter one, which is this one, to either brick or used brick by Gentle Arts. And I cannot find that anywhere. So I'm using Classic Colorworks crab cakes. But, oh, I don't want to cover the stitching. But these are all the colors. And I'm using all the rest of them are called for. So I feel like just using the white linen and brightening those two reds, that it's just going to give it a little bit more, here's the pattern again, just a little bit more of a brighter feel, which I love the colors. I just like it to be a little bit brighter than the pattern cover picture. But also sometimes, and everybody knows, the pictures are not, a lot of times they're dark and you cannot really tell the coloring. So, but this is my other like kind of big project for the month. So this and Sally Spencer, and I did show last week the I think I left it downstairs, the Hands Across the Sea one, Harriet Goddard, I think it is. And I might start that still, but I haven't decided. Right now, I'm kind of content with just having those two big projects that I'm focusing on. And then I do have two other a couple little small ones that I am also working on. So that's kind of been helping, like when I want to stitch on, I don't want to stitch on the big thing. I have a couple small things that I can get to. So the first one, and everything's in the hoop because I've been kind of working on everything. And this is, and I think I forgot to show this last week. Oh, you can see the pattern already. This is a painted leaf bag with the Teresa Kogut fabric. And I love Teresa Kogut and I love her fabrics. So I have a couple of these bags. But this is, and you could already see, this is the Hands-On Design Mystery Sal, and it's in the hoop still because I was working on it. I am using, this is the Costume Party Sal by Hands-On Design. It was a mystery. It's over now, but Kathy did say just this pattern will be released. It was either September 21st or 22nd. And I can put the information below. If you were a part of the Sal, you did get some extra pieces that were little party goers that you could stitch on the perforated paper. I haven't stitched them yet. I did use the ink pad and stained my perforated paper. Those will not be included if you are buying the pattern after the fact. So she did say they will be released eventually as part of something else. But if you're buying the pattern when it's released in a couple weeks, it's just this. And it does say happy up here at the top. And then this has, I need to finish here, up here, and then the rest of the mantle. And then that will be, oh, and then there's also a garland down here. I forgot. So that is all of that pattern, and that was really fun to participate in. Last year I bought the cookie exchange, but I didn't have my fabric in time, so I never started it, and I still haven't done it. I would like to do it eventually, but I just haven't gotten there. And this was part of the haul too. I'll go ahead and show. This was the board from April Taylor with Homestead Needleworks, and there's her card. I know many of you know her. She also has boards in her shop for Scarlet House, for, I'm trying to think, Brenda Gervais patterns. I think there's a couple. So if you go check out her Etsy shop, she has these custom boards for many different designers. But that was the finishing for there. And also on Kathy Hands-On Designs, not Instagram, her Facebook, she just posted a Flosstube video yesterday, I believe, Wednesday, with like some finishing for that, as she showed her finished piece. And that's where I got the information about when it would be released and kind of what you would get if you were coming to purchase the pattern later. So, and somebody asked this in the comments, and Kathy also addressed this. They said, how do you find out about her stitch-alongs or other stitch-alongs? So first of all, for Hands-On Design, I am in a group on Facebook called Hands-On Design Stitchers, and Kathy and her husband had gone live in that group and talked about it. Also on Instagram, she talks about it. So if you go and follow Hands-On Design on Instagram, she talks about her mystery stitch-along. So that's kind of specifically to Hands-On Design. Other designers, I would follow, if you have specific designers that you like to stitch, I would, if you're not already, follow them on Instagram. They post new patterns coming out, patterns they're working on. Sometimes if there is a stitch along, they will help promote it. You can also always look up hashtag, whatever the pattern is, SAL on Instagram. And if there's a hashtag, a lot of times there's a SAL going on. SALs are stitch-alongs, and other people call them start-alongs. So even if you're joining in later, you can look it up and find information or find other people stitching on the specific patterns. So I really encourage, if you don't have Instagram, it's a really great place to see other things. That's where a lot of stitchers are posting, along Facebook as well. And I know some people only have YouTube, so just following your favorite YouTuber, and they'll let you know on things they're working on. And I know I try to share things that I'm working on, but then also if another channel or another YouTube friend is having a stitch along, even if I'm not going to do it, I'll try to mention it just so that you know what's going on, because there's not like a website or a place to go that has all the stitch alongs going on, because there's just so many out there. And feel free to start your own stitch along. If you have a pattern and you want to make a post and ask people to join you, you can do that too. You don't have to make Flosstube videos to have a stitch along. You can just have an Instagram account or and make a hashtag. Anyone can make a hashtag. So just a little bit about stitch along. Someone had asked that question and I wanted to talk about it. All right, so the last thing, well, kind of two things I worked on, they're both in the same bag, is the first one is I had stitched a little bit more on this last week, but I wanted to also have a couple smalls that I already had been working on that I could pull out if I didn't feel like stitching on a big piece for this month. And so I had already been working on this, and I am trying to be patient and waiting for the new release, Good Cheer, or I think it's called Good Cheer and Joy by Brenda Gervais. And then also her, the witch one that's like a drum. I'm waiting for those to come, so I'm trying to finish up some of my other Brenda Gervais in the meantime. So I had been working on this, and I pulled this out last night, and I'm almost finished. I need to stitch the house, and then there's like some leaves here and a little bit of stuff here and like one little thing here. So I'm almost finished with this. I'm trying to get it done. So if I want to start another one, I can go ahead and get started with it. But as you all know, just because I'm not finished with something does not stop me from starting something else. However, lately I haven't been in the mood to stitch this. So I'm like, I kind of want something fall, and I go to look, start kitting something up, and then I think I really want to get back to that other piece. So I've been kind of in a weird stitching mood. And then my other piece that's on this same fabric is this, and this is for, I do not know who it's for, so I'll just show it, and I'm sure they don't watch my videos. But this is for an exchange, and I'm working on it. I'm almost done with this. I just have to finish the leaves at the top. And then I'm trying to think of how I am going to finish it. But I am working on that as well. It's all on my piece of fabric. So it's actually been really nice because all of this is in one bag. And so I can just take the one bag, and I have 2 projects in here, and I have a hoop. And at one point I did have some scissors, but this is an old Dot Dot Goose bag. It has like, this is the back of it. This is one of my favorite ones, and it has pumpkins on the inside. So I have all that stuff in there. So that was what I worked on this week. I was trying really hard to focus on just stitching the samplers, and if I wanted a small. I am going to be starting on, I looked up the date and I already forget. I'm pretty sure it's September 22nd. The Seasons of the Heart, the Pillows by Brenda Gervais. The winter one, I will be starting that one. I was waiting for my floss to come in that I had ordered. I'm going to stitch that with all the called for colors. And then I'm looking over at my table because there was something else. Oh, I ordered the floss for the Joy and Good Cheer. I think that's what it's called. The new one by Brenda Gervais, which looks similar to the Be Thankful. So I probably will kind of start working on both of those together. So, let me see. I have lots of stuff here. Not everything to share. This is the next piece. I saw this on Stitchy Friends, along with from Molly and Kathy on Linen and Scraps. This is a metal stand from Amazon, and it is to hold your pattern. And it folds down. The thing I like the best about it, one is the weight. It's heavy enough that it actually stands up and stays on your couch, on your table. I have like kind of we have a sectional that has a recliner, but the arms are low, so it's hard to find something that sits there and actually holds my pattern up. And this has been the best thing. This is how it folds down completely flat, so it can go right into your bag. It is like, it's not too heavy, but it has like enough weight. It's metal, which I really like that. Honestly, I have a couple other of like the cushiony stitchy stands. I have the metal magnetic boards. This has been my favorite pattern holder that I have to date. So I really highly recommend this, and I've tried many of them. But it can go as high up or as low down as you want. You could also stick an iPad on here. This piece right here holds the pattern in. It's like high enough that it holds like the piece of paper, so it's not flopping around, because that's also a problem I have. And I just stuck a needle minder on here that can help hold the pattern. It also obviously can hold your needle, but this little, I think it was $11.99, and I'll put a link below. This has been the best pattern holder that I have found to date. So I highly recommend this. And it comes in a lot of different colors. I think somebody got a red one, a teal one. I got a navy one because it kind of goes with some of my stuff that I have. But if you're looking for something like that, I highly recommend that. Okay, this is another thing that I wanted to share, and I got this idea from Carrie, who is Tiger Lily Designs, and this is actually a card I got from her project keeper, and this is what she used as well. So with the project keepers, she sends you a card, like a thank you note, and you could do this with any card that you get. I'm pretty sure she cut this off, so she cut the note part off, and she's just using this part, and she punched holes in this to use it to keep her floss on. And if you think about, like, this is a Happy Mail, but this is a card too. If you think about a greeting card, it's really heavy cardstock, and it's perfect as a floss card. So I'm going to do this with this card for another project. And so you would just punch holes in this, and then on the back, you could write the numbers of your floss, if it's DMC, or if you wanted to put on your Classic Colorworks or Gentle Arts or whatever. And you have a pretty picture with your floss on it. So I thought that was a really good idea I happen to have this card specifically, but for any greeting card, if you like the picture on the front, you can use it as a floss holder. So I wanted to share that with you guys. She showed it, she's on a cruise to Alaska, and she showed her project on that. I'm like, that's a great idea. So that was my kind of idea for this week. And then let me go ahead and show you some Happy Mail and some haul. So one thing, this is Happy Mail that I didn't even know was coming. Apparently I won from Teresa Kogut's Patreon this book, the Halloween book, and this showed up in my mail. I did not order this, but I am extremely excited. It had a nice little note. Congrats from Teresa. And oh my gosh. Let me see if I know you guys have seen all of these. I don't want to bend it all. This is in here. This is from Expo, her new, these are all in here. So pretty. And what's even better is I wasn't even going to buy the book because I have some of the patterns already, but not all of them. But I'm trying not to buy a lot of stuff. And then it showed up. I'm like, oh, this is great. But I love all of her witches. I have this, this is a past Patreon pattern. And I love that pattern. Her witches are so cute. And let's see. She has these like cats in here. This is another one. And her staging is awesome. She's at the Quilter Station Retreat. And I'm so jealous. And these, look how cute. So, and I think that's all. Yeah, that's all that's in there. But this is the main one. And this is a big sampler that she did. But I think this is my idea. I think I might just do this one line with the, let me see, with the witches. And like maybe try to make it into a drum. I've never made a drum and I really want to make one. So I thought that might be a really cute idea. I would love to stitch this whole thing. I just don't see myself getting to stitching it. Maybe sometime later. But even like every single section would be so cute by itself, or you could stitch it as the whole thing. So this was a happy mail surprise that I got in the mail. And I know I talk about Teresa's Patreon all the time. It is such a great deal. Any of the levels that you join, you can get into the secret shop, which has past Patreon charts. You get a discount. You get free charts each month for the payment that whichever level you choose. It depends on which level, depending on how many you get. It is such a great value. And she does special YouTube videos or like YouTube lives with just the Patreons. The other day she did one, and I feel like it was like a couple hours. And then she was just getting stuff ready to go to her retreat, and she was talking to people on through YouTube. So it's such a great value, and I know so many people who are in it. So if you haven't joined and you love Teresa Kogut, I would highly recommend it. But I have a feeling if you love her, you probably are part of it. But I'll put that information below too. And then just going with the happy mail, I'll go ahead and show these two things. I got a lovely birthday card today from Stacie with Stacie Stitches. She sent a little birthday thing with some floss and some of her stickers. So cute. Thank you so much, Stacie. I just opened that up. And then I had sent some floss rings and cards to Tiffany and her girls with Stitching with the Twins, and also her their YouTube is Stitching with the Twins. Her Instagram handle is Old Soul Stitcher. Yes, want to get that right. But she sent me this beautiful card with the cutest picture of the girls. And she made me a bag as a thank you, and she said that the girls picked the fabric, and I love it. Thank you so much, girls and Tiffany. And look at the back. It's like X's, like cross stitches. And it's fully lined. So pretty. And I will be putting that to good use. So thank you. That was very sweet and not necessary, but I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. All right. And so then for the haul, I've been wanting to get one of these, but I hadn't got one yet. This is the scissor blocks that Kathy Bourne from Linens and Scraps, she makes and then she sells the blocks, which this is the block. It comes unfinished. It has a hole at the top that you would put your scissors in. And then I got the Halloween kit. So it comes with, this is like a felt piece to put on the bottom when I'm done. And then it comes with some pictures that you're going to be putting on the sides. And then she has instructions on here on what to do. So it talks about Mod Podging and all of the stuff. I have the Tim Holtz, like the stamp things that I'll probably use on here. But this is the Halloween one. If you're interested in purchasing one of these wooden blocks from her, she sells them through her Instagram, which is Diary of a Sampler Lover, and I will link that below. But you can send her a message on Instagram and say, I'm interested in purchasing, and she will get an invoice and get that out to you. I think she has them all the time, but I'm not 100% sure about that. So that was one thing I had been wanting to get that I was able to get this time. And then these are a couple things I just got at Michael's yesterday. This, and all their Halloween is 40% off. I just got this book to put like a finish on the front. It will either sit up like this or however you want it to sit. This I just got as a decoration. I thought that was really cute. It's a little bit beat up on the top, but I can just put something on top. But I thought that was cute, and that's kind of heavy. And then I found these. These were $2.99. And I don't know if these were on sale or not. I found these in like the front. There's like a bunch of bins in the front, and these were all in there. And I thought these, either the jack-o'-lanterns or the pumpkins, would be really cute, like in the middle of a bow or just as an extra embellishment on a Halloween finish. So I got these because I don't have a lot of pumpkin extra add-ons. So I wanted to get that. And then I think this was all. From Colorado Cross Stitcher, I was able to snag a piece of 36 count ballet slippers from Fox and Rabbit. And I do not know if this is going to pick up the color, but it's really pretty. And I got this with the intention of stitching one of Teresa's Patreon patterns for this month. She has a sampler with a really pretty floral border, and I think I'm going to use this for that, but I'm not 100% sure. And then I also got just some needles from Sherry at Colorado Cross Stitcher. So, and this is, oh goodness gracious. I know you all know who this is, but let me just make sure it's getting in there. Colorado Cross Stitcher. She has a YouTube and then also an online shop and a brick and mortar shop. So that is all for today. I think, let me just look around. I believe that is. So before I do the giveaways, I just want to let you know what I'm going to be doing the rest, or this coming up week. Today, after the video, I'm done recording, I'm going to get all of the giveaways from last week. I will get them marked or postage on them, and I will get them in the mail. They'll go out tomorrow, which will be Friday. And I'm so sorry it took me all week to get them in the mail. It just, like I said, I didn't realize that today was Thursday. So I will get those out in the mail. And then I am going to keep working on the 2 samplers. I will get that Be Thankful finished. Maybe I might start another or pull out an old Halloween whip of some sort, or like a fall whip, just a small to have. And I have a couple things kitted, and I have a few, well, I do have some whips too, as you guys know, that I might pick from. So I haven't decided about that when I'm done with Be Thankful. Work on the samplers and that's pretty much gonna be my week. This weekend, my husband's going to Gator game, and so Saturday, maybe get together with one of the kids' friends to play a little bit. But other than that, just hanging out, trying to relax, and then we'll have school next week. And then I'll be back next Thursday with my updates, and I have not been posting on Instagram as much. I keep taking pictures and then I keep forgetting to post them. So hopefully I'll have the Be Thankful finished, and maybe I can even get that into a fully finished to show you guys. We'll see. But let me go ahead and share the giveaway winners from last week. And then I do have a few giveaways for this week. And also next week, I believe I have a plan of what I'm going to do in October, and I'll be able to share that with you guys next Thursday. So for the giveaways, from last week, the winners are this was number 1, Mary McKelly Brokoff, and I believe I'm saying that right. You are number 1. Number 2 was the North Pole Part 3, and this is Vicky Kennedy. And number 3 was the March Quaker, and this was Susan Learn. And the April was Kathy Fosnaugh, Fosnaugh. Kathy Fosnaugh. And I'm so sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. But that you won that. So congratulations to the winners from this past week. If you will find my email below, send me an email and let me know what you won and your address. I'll get that in the mail to you guys as soon as I can. It probably won't be till the beginning of next week or the middle of the week. It will be before the next video. So one more thing I wanted to remind everybody is if you're watching this video after the next video has posted, the giveaway is over. I have already picked a winner. So, and pretty much everyone, I'm pretty sure, knows that because I haven't had a lot of comments like with numbers or anything, but I just want to make that clear. Once the next video posts, the previous week's giveaways are over and I have already picked somebody and announced it. And then I try to get the pattern or get the giveaways in the mail before the next video is over. So like last week's, I normally would have had them in the mail before today, but I got behind. So I apologize for that. I'll get those in the mail to you guys. I know I love getting mail and I'm sure you guys do too. So I'll get those out today, I promise. So for this week's giveaway, I had thought of a really great question, and of course I forgot to write it down, and I forgot now. Let's just do what is, and I know other people have used this question recently, what was your favorite release from Expo? So Expo happened, orders should be trickling in that people pre-ordered or are just ordering now. But what was your favorite release? And if you like loved all of them from one designer, you can say so and like whatever the designer is. But what was your favorite release? And then you do have to be over 18. You need to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and then also for right now, be a U.S. resident. Next week, I will have a PDF for anyone to enter for, but for this week, just U.S. resident, or have a U.S. address that I can send it to. If you live overseas and you have a U.S. address, someone, or an address, I'll be happy to do that too. So I really appreciate all of you guys. The donations from other viewers who have sent patterns. Some patterns are mine. Some were from Primrose Cottage. And so and the postage, I'm supplying all of this. So it's my way to give back, to thank you guys for watching my channel. So thank you guys so much. So this is for number 1, and you're going to use the numerical numbers 1, 2, 3, and so on, along with your comment. This is like a little pack. This was from the Starlight Stitching Co. Clutch Club, the box. These are a couple things from the box that I have. This is the Pattern Summer Fun. And also, I don't want to take it out of the thing. This is a needle minder from Cotton and Clay. And also this little pair of scissors. So all 3 of these are number 1. This pattern is so cute. And Amanda designed that herself. So that's number 1. Number 2 is a piece of platinum linen. This is 28 count. This is number 2. This is platinum 28 count. Number 3 is, I think this is Told in a Garden. This is called Bird in Hand, and this was given to me, or this was in a grab bag, I think. I know this is not for everyone, but I feel like somebody would really like this, and it's just sitting at my house. So this is called Bird in Hand, and I would love to get this to someone who would like to stitch it. So that is number 3. And number 4, this is all the parts. This was from, I think this is from last year. Of course, there's no. This was a mystery, and I feel like this was from last year. This is the Tiny Modernist Mystery Halloween from last year. It has 5 parts, and I have all of the parts here. This is what the whole thing looks like, though. And so this is number 4. And it doesn't use very many colors. So the whole Halloween Mystery Stitch Along is number 4. So again, to enter, like the video, subscribe, comment with the numbers, and answer the question, what's your favorite Expo release? And that's all I have for today. So thank you guys so much for coming back. Thank you. I know I say thank you so much, but it's because I would not be putting these videos out if people weren't watching. And I am overwhelmed by the response, the comments that you guys leave. I'm so appreciative. The relationships that I've made. Oh, one more thing I forgot. It's on my list. Is I signed up for the wait list for StitchCon Weekend A. So also, if you signed up in hopes of going, comment below that you also are interested in going. And I don't know if there's still signups for the Anabella's retreat in January. That's with Primrose Cottage, but I'm also going to that. And I'm going to the Stacie Stitches in 2024. So if you're interested in any of those, I will be there, and I'm also on the lookout for other. I do not know how many more I can, where I can fit them in, because as you know, I have little kids, but I am interested in meeting you guys and getting out there. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate again, and have a great week. Bye.